Here we are. Live. This is unbelievable. We're not in Studio DA anymore. We're taking the show on the road. We're actually at a construction site.
Yep, we're not in Kansas anymore.
The show ain't, but I'll tell you right now, the rental car is from Kansas.
It is.
We are The Chase. Good morning. Thank you for waking up with us. We are live in Atlantic City, baby. The East Coast, Las Vegas. And we are gambling. We're taking the gamble and bringing The Chase on the road, but I think we're going to do just fine.
Hey, we made it here in one piece. We got Troy, Meerkat, myself. We're having fun. We're having fun so far.
No promises on making it back in one piece, though.
Hey.
I can't promise that kind of thing.
What happens in Atlantic City stays in Atlantic City.
Amen. I'm Troy LeCastro alongside my co-host, David Yarger. Good morning, David.
Good morning.
We got ourselves a special guest here.
More than just the hand. The man behind the hand.
Introduce yourself. For those of you who don't know, who is it?
What's up, everybody? It is Meerkat, the man behind the camera. You hear my voice on The Chase a lot. You see my hand heading Troy's cutter every episode. But here I am on screen. We got a little face reveal. It's exciting stuff. We had to do it for the National. So joining the boys for a few minutes here. Feeling great, though.
And I tell you right now, there goes Stevens again with an inappropriate timing on the sound. He literally cut Meerkat off as he was trying to speak.
Every time. Every single time.
Dave, it doesn't matter if we're in Buffalo, New York, or Atlantic City. I will still threaten to break your hands on that board. Fingers, though. Fingers. Maybe not a whole hand.
You got to do what you got to do.
So we're obviously going to be busy. Everybody's busy. As you can see behind me, Dave, if you could switch to my camera, you can kind of see we're ripping in the booth back there. Plenty of Dave and Adams employees on deck getting this thing ready for the VIPs and the general public coming later tonight. So I think that would be a good transition into talking to you, Meerkat. Here's where we want to get you in. So what's going on? What does Dave and Adams have planned for today and going forward the rest of the week?
So as far as breaking goes, there's a lot going on, guys. We are going to have both Pete and Steve live from Twitch and YouTube this entire week, all day, every day, breaking a ton. You should see some of these breaks Sean cooked up for you guys. They are straight up diabolical. They are beautiful. You got to go check them out. Under National Exclusive, you'll find them in the Break Live section of the DA Card World website, and there's over 100 of these things, guys. A lot of them are selling out. Spots are going quick, but there's still plenty to take advantage of, and every spot you buy in a break that sells out this week gets you one entry into our big giveaway, and we're giving away a lot of stuff, folks. I mean, we have a lot. Top prize, number one, $2,000 in break credit to Dave and Adams. I mean, you can get yourself into some pretty nice breaks right there.
You get yourself into some trouble, too.
Oh,
Look like the good kind of trouble.
Yeah. A handful of people after that are winning a free spot in a break once a month for the year. You get to pick your sport of your choosing, any of the sports. Say, hey, I like football. I want in these football breaks. We don't want you to get stuck in a basketball break every month. So you pick your sport. You get a free break spot every month for a year. Multiple winners there, guys. And then we have a lot of memorabilia to give away in cards. I mean, everything from Ja Morant signed sneakers, Jamar Chase signed helmet, Josh Allen Nike signed jersey, Nate Diaz glove, Kareem Benzema jersey, lots of graded cards too, a Brady PSA rookie, Justin Herbert Prism graded rookie. So many things to give away. And the guys, they're going to be generous. You know how the DACW Live boys are. They're going to be tossing out break credits and bounty stuff during the week. So make sure you tune in and take advantage. And every spot you buy is an entry. You're not limited to one. Load up. Set yourself up to win some of these great giveaways.
Meerkat, I think I need you to repeat all that.
It's a lot, right?
Bro, I was going to say, take a breath. Take a breath. You know what I was going to say, too? You sound like Don West from the QVC days. Do you know Don West?
Oh, yeah. That's where I got my inspiration from. I'll go 30 minutes talking about Prada and sell the hell out of it.
Without coming up for air?
Yeah. Oh, I don't need air.
It's literally the
Look
most
how red I'm
impressive
getting.
thing.
I don't need air.
Yeah, what's oxygen? Who needs it?
What do you think? So what do you think people should be looking out for, though, across our booth? Like, what kind of products do you think people should keep an eye out for to get into either the giveaways or, the many promotions that the multiple industry leaders are putting on?
Yeah, so we will be your, box war center for that. The redemption center. A lot of big programs like Panini and stuff, running redemption programs this week. We have all of your product here for that at Dave and Adams. Come get that. Take advantage of all of that. We also, we have a buying booth here. You're going to see guys like Pat here buying. We have Reed over there. Who doesn't love a Reed buy? You should see some of the stuff he brought with him. Vintage, new, absolutely incredible. Plus, all the new product you could want, ranging from Pokemon to football to everything, high-end, mid-tier, low-end, whatever you want, the Dave and Adams booth has it.
All right. To wrap it up with you, in a few words, let's get, what are you most excited for your first national?
I'm just excited to be a part of it. Honestly, like you said, it's my first national. All you hear about the national is it's a different beast. I'm used to little local card shows. Walking into this, the convention center here, absolutely mind-blowing. So I'm just looking forward to being part of, running the Dave and Adams booth, having a lot of fun, and the content we're going to be filming this week. So stay tuned for that, guys. A lot of exciting things coming.
Yeah.
We're going to be all over the floor ripping around.
Yes, sir.
And make sure you follow us on Instagram. We had a little fun yesterday.
Oh, yeah. We'll be doing that.
Yeah, I want to jump back into that.
Yeah, so our Instagram
It's not fair.
stories,
I had to do other stuff.
We're going to be, letting you guys ask Troy and Dave questions every day. Whether you want it to be trivia, have some fun with it, see if Dave knows how many home runs Bo Jackson had, or a little personal side of things. Get to know our guys a little more. Tune into our stories. Any info you need is going to be there.
141, by the way.
141, not, 73?
Yeah.
I was with David. Listen, I didn't think he played enough games to have that, okay? So that was a good,
No, it was a
whoever
good
asked
guess.
that question, that was pretty solid.
Yeah, it was.
All right, Mr. Meerkat, so what do you got going on today? Where are you about to head?
So I'm about to head out, help the breakers get set up, get some stuff going on here at the booth, and then we got some exciting things going on later. You'll see those coming soon.
Great. I'm glad everybody get to see your pretty face. It was about time. I think it was about time everybody saw it.
Yeah, but we'll be back to the hand soon enough.
We'll be back to the hand soon enough. All right, Meerkat. So now,
Thank you.
if it is possible, the handler is talking. He's not even paying attention. Ah, there he is. Chris Bandora, ladies and gentlemen. I want to bring on an incredibly special guest. He's about to be right behind me, ladies and gentlemen. It is the man, the myth, the legend himself, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Berkus. Good morning, Dan. How are you?
Thank you for that intro. First off, I'm going to need a mic that's at least 2 to 3 times bigger than this one,
Yeah?
if that's possible.
We'll get you. You know what? Just get right in there.
Okay.
That's all right. You know what? We got the mixing
look
board.
at these things. These are huge.
Pretty legit, huh? Yeah, not big enough, right? Because it's not like I'm already eating the mic.
Right, exactly.
Awesome.
No,
So how's the
it's-
first few days been going?
Yeah, no, it's good to be here. Thanks for having me on. It's been madness. I mean, we have over 500,000 square feet here, and we're using from one end of it, the autograph pavilion, to the case break, the other end, 600 dealer booths, almost 100 corporate sponsors, 100 breakers, over 100 athletes. I mean, it's just, we're getting ready for just madness. So
It's the madness. So, interesting note. Well, when I was at Dave and Adams the first time, Atlantic City was my last national. So this is the first time that the national's been back here since 2016. So how's it feel to be back?
it is. And, it's somewhat special for me because 2016 was the first year that I took over. So my dad ran it for many, many years. He passed in 2015, and I had to step in 2016. And Atlantic City was my trial by fire. So it's nice to be back here now. What are we, 7 years later?
Yeah.
6 years later, with some experience under my belt, and now kind of have my arms around the whole thing. And the growth has just been exponential. It's special to be back. But Atlantic City, the people are wonderful here. The convention center, I mean, they're so helpful. AEX, our decorator here, I mean, it's just they welcome us with open arms. So it's great. Yeah.
Some good restaurants around here too.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
absolutely.
Where are you hitting if you're in town?
I mean, I haven't had a chance to go to any of them because
Oh, I bet.
I'm here 14 hours a day, but I've heard they're good. Yeah.
So I bet you those concessions are looking real good, right? Just a quick on the fly meal.
Nothing on the convention center, but I've had a decent amount of concessions, and I've kind of had my fill at this point.
Nice.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Nice. So, Dan, I got to ask you, can you give us a little background of how the Berkus family name is synonymous with this show?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So, my father founded the show in 1980 with a couple other dealers. With the idea at that point, it was just, a handful of dealers in a hotel ballroom. And, they had big dreams. They wanted to create something big, and ultimately he was a collector at heart. So he wanted to bring, and then think back to the no internet. How do you find this stuff at that point? You're going to garage sales, you're putting ads in newspapers. He wanted to bring all of that under one roof. And he was, he'd be up here. He loved the microphone. He was the microphone. So, that's the type of guy he was. And he kind of had the, promotional and creativity and the promotional skills to put it all together in combination with Gavin Riley and Steve Bruner, who were those first, it was the three of them on that first national in 1980. And it's been nothing but growth ever since. I mean, obviously there were some up and down years, but yeah, he started it then, and it's pretty much grew it to what it is today.
Yeah.
I just think it's kind of crazy. You think back to how hard it probably was to collect back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Like now we can go on eBay and like find a card, and now back then it just had to be a chore to try and find
absolutely something. That was the biggest part of it, was finding this stuff. So
right.
I think part of the reason he put it together was just to be able to buy a bunch of stuff there and have all the stuff under one roof. I mean, he loved collecting and he loved seeing all the stuff, and so to try to organize it all under one roof that was his passion.
Yeah, and I think at first I got to imagine, pre-internet, it's listings in the newspaper, it's phone calls, and what were the venues like back then? Like kind of like bingo hall situations, and then obviously a gradual build?
Yeah, it started again. He brought two things into the world in 1980: the National and me. So
it's a good year.
So a lot of I wasn't around for a lot of this. I went to the early. I can remember 85, 86, being 5, 6 years old, attending those nationals. But prior to that, it's just hearing whatever he's telling me.
Yeah.
So, but those early years, I think, were hotel ballrooms. The first one I think was at a Marriott in LA, and it was a hotel ballroom. I don't know the size, but
sure,
my guess would be maybe 20,000 square feet. You know? And to think that now we're in, a half a million square feet and bursting at the seams.
Right.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, standing room only, basically, at this point, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But back to your point about finding the stuff back then. He used to take out ads in the newspaper, say, buying sports cards, call my number.
Yeah.
And that first national, to get a sense of what dealers would participate, Gavin said, here's my home address, send me a postcard if you're looking to participate as a dealer. I mean, to think in this day and age where it's just a click and an email, and back then you had to send a postcard as an RSVP.
Imagine that.
It's crazy.
Pigeon mail.
Yeah, exactly.
Pigeon mail.
Exactly.
No, I love the newspaper background, because that's where I got my start, was newspapers. So it's pretty cool to hear that piece right there.
Yeah.
It's funny because I feel like I remember when we had a chance to speak with Ken Golden in one of our early episodes. He kind of said the same thing. I remember he was saying trading back and forth. It was that newspaper that was a huge outlet.
Yeah, absolutely.
So obviously we're back in 2022. Really no limitations this time. We can kind of go all out. What can we expect from this year's show?
So, there's been a tremendous amount of growth, as you guys know, over the last couple of years. And we have growth even, from last year, which was a huge show in Chicago. So we probably had 40 corporate sponsors, 40 to 50 in the show last year. We probably have closer to 75, 80 this year. I'm not sure the case-breaking number, but I think it was 50 to 60 breakers last year. I think we have closer to 100 this year. We'll have over 100 athletes. We had, I want to say, 550 or so dealer booths last year, and we have 600 this year. And that's just because it's what we could fit in the room.
Yeah.
So it's just the growth has been exponential. And then we talk about the crowd, the attendees, right? The people that love coming in and, the heart and soul of everything,
Absolutely.
right? The fans. So we've outpaced the ticket sales from last year. All of our VIP packages sold out, sooner than they did last year. And just being on the East Coast and the proximity to some of, New York, some of the larger cities, and the ability to drive, we're expecting our on-site sales to be much better than last year as well. So, this, 500,000 square foot facility is going to be just packed.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Indeed, and it's actually my first national, so I'm just like kind of in awe right now. But it's cool. And in your eyes, how have you seen the National grow and progress over the years?
So again, I came on in 2016, and I can speak to prior to that because I attended all the shows. Back in the day, my dad had a dealer booth too, so I would come in addition to kind of working, helping him out with the show. I would also work his dealer booth. So, you have the full transition of just, early '80s, the vintage stuff, right, and then mid '80s, the boom of the wax and all that, and then that slowing down in the early '90s, and then after that, the grading coming on site, right, and the growth there. And then 2000s, having, all of these unique cards and kind of wax being back, and then bringing us to now, which is kind of like, the tech that's changed the world over the last couple of years in this space, right? Yes. You have the whatnots and the eBays and the marketplaces, fractional ownership, NFTs. I mean, it's just who would have envisioned that type of growth? Who would have known where the growth would have come from?
Right.
So all of that is fantastic, and it's great to see people chasing these fantastic one-of-ones that are worth as much as some of the vintage stuff and more. And it's great to see kids participating in breaks that maybe don't have the money to get a full box, and they can still have the excitement of seeing a pack getting ripped open and potentially getting that card they were looking for. So and that's one of the case breaking pieces along the way. One of the pieces I missed on the growth, obviously that coming around in probably 2010 or so, around there, and the growth of helping grow the wax again. But who would have known that all these different angles the growth has taken, right? So it's really fascinating to see.
Yeah, I think that's a great word to use, fascinating.
And this, the great thing about the National, it's a culmination of all of that. It's the physical side of everything you're shopping for online, all the breaks you're participating in, all the singles you're looking for, the wax you're opening. All that's happening under a roof now instead of in your own home online. So
there's something so much better about that tangible element when it's like actually right in front of you and you can touch it and you can see it.
Absolutely.
But I think I agree with you there on the word of fascination when it comes to this industry. Ever since I was in it, it's one of those things where I was like, we all know sports cards, but to see where it is going and has gone is just unbelievable heights that, as a kid, I never really thought I'd see.
Yeah. I mean, you're opening up, Topps packs with gum in them and,
right.
collecting the cards, and, who would have known, all these years later, 30 years later, 35 years later, that there would be this many different elements to the industry, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's so multifaceted.
Absolutely.
Now, you yourself, we're talking about the opening the packs with the bubble gum and, helping your dad at the earlier shows. Are you a collector yourself?
I will admit that I pretty much stopped collecting around like 92, 93 with a lot of the world back then, right? I mean, I was, at that point, 12, 13 years old. And the industry was struggling a little bit after the early 90s. So I haven't bought much since then. I've purchased one card, and that's a 54 Aaron rookie card. And that was my dad's favorite card. I can always remember in the 80s. I mean, he would have a stack he had stacks of, 52 Mantle rookies as well. But he had it was his favorite card, stack of perfectly conditioned 54 Topps Aaron rookie cards. So that's the extent of I still have everything from, I have never sold anything.
Yeah.
But that's the extent of what I've purchased over the last 25 years. It's the one Hank Aaron Topps rookie card.
I think if you're gonna purchase one thing, that's
not a bad card to have.
Not a bad card to have, for sure.
Yeah. Definitely think the Hank Aaron's a good one to have.
It's a beautiful
for sure,
card, yeah.
For sure. So you talked about, you've been on board since 2016, but you also talked how, you've been around the show back in the earlier days. What are some of your fondest memories from the National?
That show in 91 in Anaheim obviously was crazy, and I was kind of the perfect age then. I was 11 years old. At that time, my dad had worked for Upper Deck and helped start Upper Deck in 89. So was tied into them, and we tore through so many Upper Deck packs. It was crazy. So just, being able to get all the promos from the show, tearing through Upper Deck stuff, meeting all the athletes. I can remember even in the 80s being 5, 6 years old, and my dad walking me up to meet Bob Gibson, or my dad was good friends with Rod Carew, so I actually learned to hit a baseball from Rod Carew. Getting off topic a little bit from the national, but all of these athletes were at the show, and so it was just, as a kid, I mean, how fantastic to be meeting some of your idols, and walked up and getting autographs, and so those memories are great, and I'll always have those memories. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, absolutely. I mean, not many people could say they got taught how to hit a baseball by Rod Carew.
Yeah.
My teacher was Mike LaCastro, so I don't have that accolade right there.
Yeah.
So
How was Mike?
He's great. Let me tell you. Always told me to.
We might need to pitch you a baseball and see what.
Oh man, I don't know. Well, I play beer league. John can attest to that.
Yeah.
He's seen my beer league skills.
Good.
But Mike always told me to grip and rip at Michael Castro. That was his line.
Yeah, and Troy and I always play against each other like 4 times a month. So
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, a little friendly competition.
Who won the last one?
I've won the last 3.
Okay. All right.
All right, moving on, right? Yeah, let's we'll
Same.
talk about that at a different time. No, but so seriously, so next year, 2023, we're back in Chicago. Is there any early things you can kind of give us for that show? Anything like that?
Well, Chicago the show is obviously going to be bigger than last year, so we're going to be using more of the space in that hall. Corporate, I've already have, RSVPs from additional corporates that aren't here this year. So corporate's going to be larger. Case break's going to be larger. We're adding dealer booths. So it's just, the show just continues to grow. Every year since 2016, the show has been larger than the year before. So that's the goal. And I think if we're talking, we never really release numbers, but if we're talking about a goal for this year and next year, if we don't hit it this year, I think 100,000 people in the building has kind of always been the elusive number. That's supposedly what was in the, what we had at the 91 National, and we've never been able to hit that. So if we don't hit it this year, I'd say for next year, Chicago, 100,000, that's the goal.
Love to
Bang.
hear.
There it is right there. I think that's an attainable goal.
Absolutely.
I think that is not far-fetched at all in the least bit. So, Dan, wrapping up, anything we may have missed, anything you want to say, add real quick before we let you go?
I think you guys covered it. I appreciate you guys having me on. I mean, even, having this show, adding to the excitement of the National. It's Wednesday. We're a couple hours from opening, and we're still scrambling. We're going to be ready, though, and it's going to be crazy. So, thank you guys for doing this and adding everything Dave and Adams does for the show here. So appreciate it.
Well,
Thanks
thank you
so
so much
much.
for the
Appreciate
opportunity
you.
to let us bring the show on the road.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
All right, Dan.
All right.
Take it easy. We'll
Yeah.
let you go.
Yeah.
Busy
See you
man.
guys. Thank you.
Dan Berkus, ladies and gentlemen. So now, just Dave and I. It's we're kind of back to normal.
Yes.
I'm looking around. I'm like,
I
all
gotta.
right.
We gotta do the signature. Look at the chat real quick.
Did you look at the chat?
Yes.
I didn't even pull the chat up. I didn't even have time.
Wahoo's
Oh boy.
with the
Boy.
you had your little Mike LaCastro reference.
Uh-oh.
Grip and Rip, the John Daly Swing School.
See? So maybe that's the thing is I could say, wasn't that funny, Stevens? But maybe that's something I could say now is I could say Michael Castro / John Daly taught
True. It's kind of like Michael Scott /
Wayne Gretzky, that type of situation.
So, so fine. Love the warehouse sounds. Thought it was other cars around me while driving.
That's what I said.
You can hear all the ambiance of the National. It's pretty awesome.
Well, just like Marshawn Lynch said one time about the Applebee's here, it's about the ambience and the decor.
Yes, the decor.
It's about the decor. So
Get you some boneless wings at that Applebee's.
love boneless wings. So yeah, we're not even on. I mean, day one technically,
Right.
but like I said, open to the public and VIPs later. We're waiting on our boys at Hit Parade. They'll be coming through at some point. But yeah, just looking around right now, everybody, all the vendors, things like that, companies are still setting stuff up, still getting things ready.
And just want to say, I kind of forgot something in the beginning of the
No,
show.
you didn't. Did we forget?
You know what? I apologize to our viewers.
Did they say something?
Just because we're in Atlantic City doesn't mean I'm going to forget the quote of the day.
Tis.
So Here
Give
it
it to
is. One thing's for sure. If we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to keep getting what we're getting. Stephen Covey.
Sounded pretty good. I think he delivered that pretty well. Yeah.
Big fan?
John said you had some drama behind it.
I try to.
Nice and dramatic, just the way he likes it.
Speaking of dramatic.
Speaking of dramatic, timing is everything. Oh, they're just going to come in. Come on in, boys. Go ahead. Oh, we need a chair. Can we get another chair? Oh, Tyler's doing it himself.
There it is. It's our boys, Tom and Tyler from Hit
I got you a
Parade.
little something. Oh, this is for you.
Oh,
Gifts
man.
all day.
Oh, you guys brought us gifts?
Maybe. Little bit.
What did you guys bring us?
Is this a Darius Garland jersey?
It might be, but
You
Who's
never
the
there's
say?
not many options on the Cavs, so you're hoping Garland. Listen, Sexton's still there, maybe.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't say the word I want to say, but you literally have been here for 30 seconds and you're already talking smack.
Yep. That's Tom.
Yeah,
It's
what
Tom,
do you
yeah.
expect?
That is
Anybody that knows Tom, that's Tom.
Yeah.
All right, you doing some karaoke last
Yeah,
night?
absolutely.
Sound a little hoarse. Look at, I'm watching.
You
We're
were-
on a little bit of a delay. I'm watching you guys
Yeah,
walk in here
awesome.
like two
Yeah.
putzes.
You were shredding on the guitar, and
Oh,
I was.
Oh,
jamming
yeah.
We were
out.
playing guitar. We were playing guitar here. Some of us better than others. I don't want to name names. Anyway, so boys, what's going on for Hit Parade at the National? What's happening?
It's national.
Okay, nicely said. I like that. It's national.
Well,
What is it besides that?
So
seem
What's
like
the
you're
big?
in-
I know we got big news.
well,
Big
there's
news.
lots of things, lots of exciting things going on. First, brand new booth. We have stepped our game up. We have got a much larger booth than we've ever had.
Yep. It's actually the first time that Hit Parade's had their own booth at the National, so pretty stoked about that.
That's
Looks,
huge.
It looks
And
great.
to go with the new booth, we got new boxes. Complete rebrand.
Ooh.
So we'll show some of these nice.
We got all the examples
Yeah.
here.
Go one by one. We got the wide
Yeah,
cam, so
we'll-
you can show
we'll
it off
start
to
over
that,
there.
and then give us a little bit behind
So
what's going
we'll
on.
start. We got some new jersey boxes. Yeah, I'm sure you can guess. You know which one's basketball, which one's football by the pictures here.
Not a clue.
Yeah,
Darius Garland. Right?
Harris Garland's in one of them.
Chetty Osman. Never.
So these are actually, we got national exclusives for jersey products, a football and a basketball one. We're selling at the national here. Maybe they'll see the website if they don't sell out. Hopefully they don't. But we got some
Oh
really
well,
cool
no.
products.
Hopefully they do.
I want to sell them all. I want all of them to
That's what I'm
be
saying.
opened at our booth in front of us. I want to see people's faces as they're ripping open and saying,
Absolutely.
"Oh, I got a Cavalier."
Man,
This guy.
going hard on those Cavaliers,
loves
dude.
it.
Give it a rest.
Listen, he brought up Garland. He started it. I just got to make sure we don't.
So you
forget.
got to finish it, is what it is.
No, he's
right?
got to nail it into the ground.
This is
That's
in,
what it is.
this is just
All right,
coughing.
all
He's just
Before
Hammered.
Tom nails me into the ground, I want to ask. I see these QR codes on the box. Can you explain a little like what they do for you guys?
So technology is a wonderful thing now.
It is.
Instead of having to go through papers and seeing what could be in the products and what's in this and trying to figure out what product's what, just take your phone, scan the QR code, it'll get you a landing page, show you kind of the big hits in the product that you're chasing for. Just really streamlines the whole process, makes it much easier for people as they're coming up and they might not know what Hit Parade is or might not know what a box is. They can basically go scan it and it kind of pops up right there on their phone for them.
One of the biggest battles for us is always when someone looks at our box, they always ask, "What is this?" So that's really the best way for us to be able to quickly describe exactly some of the things that you could find in the boxes.
Awesome. And now just talk a little bit more about the rebrand. Like, how do you feel this is going to affect the overall consumer experience?
Well, go ahead. I'll
I'd
let
say
you.
so. We've some of our new brands we've just kind of refreshened. We've also added some new lines. We've also changed some of our current lines. So, for example, our Sapphire and our VIP have always been out of 50 boxes. We've done 6-box cases, runs out of 50, been real small lines, but it's kind of hindered some of the opportunity for us to put some larger chase carts in there and to really spice up the product. So we've gone up to 100-box runs, 10-box cases, and I think it's going to really open up the products and make these products a little bit more fun than what they've been originally.
Absolutely. The eye appeal of the hits becomes tremendously better when we can obviously open up the total amount of boxes in the product.
Also, So we got 2 limiteds here. We've always done a limited line. It's always been an autograph card. You get 1 autograph card per box. It's been the way it's been before I was working for Hit Parade. Well, there's a huge market for graded cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why not have the same thing for graded cards? So now our limited platinums, we have an autograph line and a graded line. So people who are looking for graded cards.
Nice.
Obviously, we know it's getting a little bit better to get cards graded, but it's the last 2 years, it's been impossible to get cards graded. You're just waiting. It's another opportunity for you to kind of get that graded card right there on the spot. So another new thing that we've done that we're really excited about.
Absolutely. And now
amazing.
we introduced the Emerald products a few months ago, but we finally got its own branded box. Real nice foil on it too. Looks awesome.
Nice.
Gorgeous looking boxes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
It looks
You
great.
gotta love the foil. The
Yeah, the
foil
foil
really
looks
makes it
awesome.
look really good.
And on top of Emerald, as anybody that's been following our products lately, all of the case hit stuff has been great. We love it. It's what everyone wants to see, and we finally gave that its own branded box as well. So
Amazing.
looks good as well. So.
Yeah, and I just wanted to throw it to the chat real quick. Tom and Tyler are going to be with us, obviously, for the next few minutes here. So if you have any questions for them, drop it in the chat, and we'll be sure to ask them. But
Yeah.
I know Dave has some other stuff. And
Yeah. So just personally, what is your guys' favorite part of the rebrand so far?
I think it just makes everything look a little bit more like we taken that next step. So obviously there's a lot of repacks out there, and some of them are really, really focused on packaging, and some of them don't. We want to continue to move it forward and be the leaders in the packaging for all of the rebrands out there. So
Yeah, I would agree. If you look at, the sneaker community, for example, people collect shoes and collect boxes because they really like the box. It adds another element to the product for us. So hopefully we get to the point where people want to have these boxes, and you might have this sitting at your desk. We have someone in our office who has flawless case behind them and impeccable boxes because he likes the packaging.
Yeah, nice.
Hopefully people start seeing this saying, oh, that's really cool, and you want to put it on your desk or, kind of show it off a little bit.
Right. And now back to the National. You guys talked. It's your first time having a solo booth. Talk to us. What's in store for Hit Parade for this year's National?
it's gonna be a great week. I'm super excited for it. Obviously we're gonna be buying all week as well, but we have tons of giveaways. We're gonna be doing random stuff throughout the entire week. We made a bunch of products for a couple of breakers that are going to be breaking at our booth. We have a spot just for them to break their exclusives there, so that's going to be awesome. So stay tuned for some announcements on that. So we'll announce who's going to be there.
So if you're attending, we're in booth 945.
Yep.
Come check us out.
Yeah.
We got a Plinko board, doing some giveaways with that.
I won some sunglasses yesterday.
I am so happy because I've been pushing for sunglasses for like 2 years, which people are like, oh, they're sunglasses, they're throwaways. I will tell you that, like, when they are at a bar or something, and they have we have hats, we have sunglasses, we have a T-shirt.
it's always got to be a bar, huh?
I always want the sunglasses. I do, because I lose sunglasses left and right. So
That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, I agree.
well, because I get them for free, or they're $2 sunglasses. I don't necessarily care as much if I out at the beach and it falls off in the ocean. It's $5 pair of sunglasses.
Yeah. That's fair. I think that's fair. I mind if I take it to the chat a little bit?
Feel free.
All right, a couple questions here for you guys. Obviously, answer them to the best of your abilities. Chelsea Dagger wants to know if there's going to be any of the Hit Parade soccer. Is there a possibility any of those products would be graded soccer cards?
Yeah, absolutely. So soccer's a little tougher than a lot of the other sports. There's just not as much out there on the secondary market than there is for football, basketball, baseball, that kind of stuff. So for our soccer products, it's actually either a graded card or an autographed card in each box. So where these are a little bit more exclusive to, you get this guaranteed in each box, the soccer is a little bit more inclusive to everything. So there is a chance, it's just not guaranteed.
Yeah, and there's, like we said, we were constantly trying to evolve and make the brand better. There's definitely a possibility that we see, hey, the market is definitely calling for separate autograph line and separate graded lines, where we would separate them at some point. But like Tyler said, right now, the market's a little bit tougher to get as much soccer cards as we want to do that. But at some point, it's definitely something that we might kind of evolve to.
Absolutely.
Great. A little tongue-in-cheek here. Wahoo's friend of the show. He always likes to joke.
Love the name Chelsea Dagger, by the way.
Isn't that nice?
Great name.
Right? He won one of our giveaways in one of the earlier episodes, so he's a first time, long time type of guy.
First
you know what I
time,
mean?
long time. Love it.
Wahoo's wants to know, when are we seeing a Logoman Shield HP run?
Oh, that has been discussed for a very long time.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So we don't quite have that, but we do have a one-of-a-kind line. We did the first football. It's sold out in probably like a week and a half. Just released a baseball one about a week ago. And now we just released the second football one, I think, yesterday, actually.
Every card is a 101. Every card.
So not
Every
quite,
single one.
Not quite logo man, not quite there, but every single card is a 101, and we try to be selective about it. So there's no honors 101s, no tops archives 101,
No
true
printing
101.
plates. Yeah.
So it's close to we got for now, but maybe one day.
So I want to know, what, you got another one?
Hooksy, did you see the Hooksy comment?
Yeah, you know what? Give that a shout. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
so
I did see it.
Hooksy 91 said all the way from Australia here, love your products.
Love it.
Hit a Jack Hughes authentic jersey in the hat trick hockey box and
Awesome.
an Ant-Man authentic recently.
Awesome.
Love
So-
that. Send over some pictures. We'll put it on our Instagram. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's
a
awesome.
great point. Yeah.
Heard it here.
Listen. Hughes to Hughes love. Any Jack Hughes, you got to give the love. Hughes to Hughes love right there. Jack Quinn.
I think you two, that's the only Hughes to Hughes love.
Yeah.
That's the only love is Hughes to Hughes love.
I think it's just one way. I don't think he really loves me yet, but maybe one day he'll know who I am and be like, hey, Tom Hughes.
He's gonna walk up and say, Tom, kind of a big deal.
Yeah, well, honestly, I think he should be asking for your autograph.
Maybe one day.
His autograph's
You
not
should
quite.
walk up and be like,
I'm
you
kind
don't
of
recognize me?
I'm kind of a big
Yeah.
deal.
Do you not watch The Chase? I've been on there twice now.
Because I know you're a celebrity when we walk around the floor. You're shaking hands and kissing babies like you're a politician out there.
Hey, if there's one thing you need to know about this industry, is it is based on relationships.
Absolutely.
It is 100% based on relationships. And if you are not trying to maintain and create relationships, you're not doing it right.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Well, we always say we're traveling. So in the community, everyone travels all the time, right?
Yeah.
I see these people 2 or 3 times a month. I see them more than I see my family. Like, it's crazy. It really is. It's a very interesting world where we live in.
Oh, hey, easy over there. Come on now. Family friendly show.
But no, seriously, it's cool. Like I said, I've made
Yeah.
friends in this industry that I'll have for the rest of my life. So can't really complain about it.
Jesus, you guys trying to get people to cry?
Tearing up.
Cutting onions over here. These are the nicest these guys have ever been. This is definitely for the camera.
I have to make up for my Cavs comments earlier. I gotta bring it back.
Thank you.
Little
Thank
love.
Look at Tommy getting back into the good graces. So, oh, no, I'm sorry. I cut you
here.
off. That's my bad.
Here, no,
I
no.
talk too
Come on,
much. I
come on,
talk too much. No. You want? Wait, hold on.
I'm glad you said
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay,
You win.
here we go. I thought we,
that was intense.
I thought you were gonna do like 7 in a row and you do the exact same thing.
that's how we get people going. I thought we were going to go on a roll like that.
Just do the same thing.
Yeah, just keep going. And then somebody would be like, all right.
Yeah.
Anyways, so aside from like the business side of things, I just want to know, I know you guys have both been to multiple nationals. What are you most looking forward to this year, just in general, kind of walking around? Did I steal your question?
No, I was gonna ask him like what you guys were actually looking for on the floor. So.
All right, so yeah.
You take one, I'll take the other.
All right,
Two-parter.
I'll take the first part because for me, I've yet to be at Atlantic City National. I've only been to 2 nationals. They both were in Chicago. Obviously,
You mean to tell me I've been to Atlantic City National and
yeah,
you haven't?
that is correct.
I got something on Tom.
So I'm curious, obviously being in a new region, obviously you have a lot of the same people. You're going to have some new dealers. So anytime I travel somewhere new, I'm always curious to meet new people, what kind of things they have. You go to Dallas, you walk up, there's a ton of Dallas Cowboys everywhere. You go to Chicago, there's Cubs, there's Bears, there's always that. So, what are we going to see in Atlantic City? What's going to be different than what you might see at another show? That local people have that are bringing out, which is always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, pal?
So what
You're not
I'm
getting away with
looking
this.
for, I mean, it's just the buzz around the week is just awesome. That's like my biggest thing is it's just everyone gears up for this, but no
Tyler,
one talks
you-
about when you actually are like here.
You were actually supposed to take part 2, which is
Well,
where
I'm
you're looking
going.
on the floor.
Yeah.
You two numbskulls. I swear.
It's like
But-
oil and
so
water.
What are?
So I'll tell you,
What are we
it's
looking for?
pretty simple.
I just realized the shorts you're wearing, too.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
Go ahead, stand up. Show the
Always.
camera. He looks like he's on the beach.
He only.
Can you
he
see
So
that?
literally-
this is known as Purple Tom.
Yep.
So this one comes out once a show.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Did you give yourself that name? Was that
No,
self-appointed?
I did not. That is my good friend Joe, who is our walking billboard.
Yeah.
Started calling me Purple Tom.
If I had to guess somebody was going to call you Purple Tom, he probably would have been the person. So go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
So to me, one thing about the National is it is the official kickoff of football hype.
Absolutely.
Football kind of has that little bit of a lull between, just after the Super Bowl until training camps. Everyone started reporting last week. So this is the time when the buzz starts. And who's it going to be this year? Is Zach Wilson going to be the guy that everyone's looking on the floor? Is it Trevor Lawrence? My first National, Baker Mayfield was the guy.
Yep.
You could not buy a Baker Mayfield.
Sentences you thought you wouldn't hear on the Chase.
Yeah, it was Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, and Rosen.
Josh Rosen. Absolutely.
Nobody, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. People were like, "Oh yeah, just take them." No one wanted
Yep.
those two guys.
Yeah.
I remember buying it for $50.
Yeah, $50 rookie
Autographs.
auto, Josh Allen.
I
And Lamar
wish.
And
Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, because that wasn't the hype.
Yep,
The talk
absolutely.
was Baker. Baker's going to be the guy. Baker's going to be the guy. And, everyone was kind of like, ooh, Josh Allen, he's, toolsy, but he can't throw, he can't complete a pass.
Has
he's
the
inaccurate.
potential, but
Lamar
not a sure
Jackson's a
thing.
running quarterback, so they didn't have the hype. And you could buy a ton of those guys. So I'm curious, obviously Zach Wilson's in the headlines for other reasons than just football.
Dog.
Listen,
The dog in him.
He's got that dog in
The
him.
absolute dog in
listen,
him.
I will tell you, just that hype will bring value up.
Absolutely.
People are talking about him. People are like, oh, you got Zach Wilson. All of a sudden, next thing you know, his cards are going up. Trevor Lawrence, is he a guy that people are buying on because he had kind of a slow year and they went and got some weapons for us? He's the guy. Field. So it's always interesting to see what the talk is around the floor for certain football players as it gets closer to the season.
Nice.
So to go back to your question, what we're buying, it's pretty much football.
Yeah.
Football is absolutely, like I said, it's the hottest thing in the industry right now. Obviously, every sport pretty much had their time over the last year and a half.
Yeah.
And it's really just gotten back to football. And as Tom said, there's always that kind of a lull in football leading up to training camp. But this year was the least amount of lull that I've ever seen. And it was just the amount of people looking for it and asking for football is just off the charts right now. So, and like I said, we're out of the season. So I can only imagine
Yeah,
what it's going to
but
be.
we're almost into August, so training camp is literally
Yep.
right around the corner.
Yeah.
So it does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the Hall of Fame game in 10 days.
Yes. Yeah.
The 4th, I think. Right?
Fourth, yeah. August 4th, Hall of Fame game.
Oh, I'm excited for football
Hey.
again.
Sir, don't you see we're doing a show here? What are you doing? He's like honking the horn. What's he doing?
I think he was trying to
Anyways.
get an autograph. I think he was trying to
From
get your
me?
attention, yeah.
Yeah, just come meet me after the show. It's fine. I'll sign anything you want. Your baby's forehead, whatever.
Tom's been
One
doing
day
it all
you'll get
week.
your autograph.
Yeah, one day.
You'll get in there.
One day.
But, all right, we do have one big announcement as well. The rebrand, everything's been great.
You've been holding this?
everything.
You've been holding this in on us?
Well, if anybody has been following at home, watching us on Instagram, we did announce a huge product yesterday, but just went up for pre-sale yesterday. It's released in late August. A full 150 box series of guaranteed Tom Brady autographed product. Every box features one Tom Brady autograph. Then there is the chase box of 4 different Tom Brady autograph pieces.
Oh, there's
It's
a
an
chase box. You don't say.
We did it for the show.
Yeah, we actually
you
were
go.
thinking of what we were going to call it. We knew we were coming on, and we are like, you know what, we probably try to incorporate you guys.
Yeah.
You know?
Thanks, boys. Means a lot to us. So go ahead. There's 4 chase boxes.
Yeah, no, there's one big chase box that has 4 pieces in it. One, it's an authentic jersey. It's a full-size helmet with inscriptions, a Super Bowl MVP on it, mini helmet, and also a baseball, all in one box. So, again, we said it yesterday. No one's ever done this before. It is an unbelievable product. I got a chance to see some of the product as it was in our warehouse, and just panning through all the Tom Brady autographs. I've
Yeah.
never seen it before. It's
And you're
amazing.
talking Patriots helmets. You're talking specialty helmets. You're talking Super Bowl inscription helmets.
Yep.
You're talking about just really cool stuff that, like I said,
Unbelievable.
there's ones that have multiple inscription. You're just looking at this. You're like, this. I can't stand Tom Brady because he just beat up the Bills for 20 years. But
Personal vendetta.
But
Go
I'm
Bills.
telling you, this is so cool that you can't help but be like, wow.
Absolutely.
It really is.
And on brand with our rebrand, the boxes look really nice. They look awesome. So got
They-
the foil and everything.
You can either save this or not. You do what you want. Are we getting Patriots colors? Or are we getting Bucks colors?
On the box, gold, black and gold.
I mean, if there's a color that's synonymous with Tom Brady, it's definitely
Gold,
gold.
yeah,
I think he
absolutely.
knows his way around
it
that.
kind of looks similar to our VIP boxes, a little bit, kind of very similar to that, but obviously got the silhouette of Brady. And
I push for creamsicle. Love the creamsicle jerseys, but I got overruled on that one.
You're a wreck, but I like that idea. So there you go. Make sure you guys are looking out for that. Hit Parade. Anything else?
No, I was gonna say the walking billboard was just here,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
now
He
he's
just kept
departed.
walking. He didn't
Yeah.
even stop.
He was looking snazzy. That shit's
Yeah, listen.
nice.
Yeah.
Mobile billboard.
Mobile.
That's true. Yeah, he's just kind of rolling through. It's almost like those little blimps they got going through, right? Yeah.
People pay to put their stuff on your van. Like, hey,
Yeah, to
I'll
wrap the
I'll
van.
pay you to wrap your van.
We wrap Joe.
We wrap Joe.
We wrap Joe. Fair enough. All right, one last question. Then we're gonna let you guys go. I gotta get to the chat. Bloomy23. Do you guys have any PC? And if you do, what are they?
Oh, not really. We kind of talked about this, and we don't really like to mix the business side of it with the personal side, but
Separation of church and state.
yeah. So, but I will say
Well
I'm
said.
a big golf guy, so I love any Tiger Woods stuff. This is like one of my favorite autographs in all of sports. So
It is a nice one.
love it, absolutely love it. So
Yeah. So I personally, I don't collect really any cards. That's really for me just too taboo. Don't want to really do that. But I do collect some sports memorabilia. I have a kind of a man cave where I have some jerseys hung up, a couple helmets.
mine's coming soon.
The kid hasn't taken that over yet. The man cave, as like the playroom and all that.
No, not yet. I'm fighting the good fight.
That's why he raised them all up. They're not on the ground level. So
There you go.
They're not. Anytime they go in the basement, they think it's like a special day. because
Oh,
they're not allowed in the
like
basement.
Dad's letting us
Oh, I
go
can go
in
to
the
the
man
basement. Yeah. Come in the
Amazing.
basement with me.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up.
Yeah. What
I
booth
think,
number?
I think I'm
What
I'm
booth
good
number?
with you guys.
yeah, you're good. All right.
Anything else?
Once again, 9:45. Come check us out. Doing a ton of giveaways.
Absolutely.
Even like I said, you have stuff to sell. Stop by. If you're a breaker, you want to talk about getting products. Stop by.
Absolutely.
If you just want to come say hello, come by.
Yeah.
If you have a store, you want Hit Parade in the store, stop by. If you want to poke fun at me because I'm wearing purple and black shorts, come by and say, "Nice shorts, idiot." I don't care. Just come say hello. Come.
Can you
we like to
please
meet
do
new
that?
people.
Can I do that?
Yeah,
I was
can
gonna
you do
say
that?
I'm definitely gonna walk by with Meerkat and I'm gonna say, "Hey, idiot, nice shorts." Keep on moving.
This is I love the interaction with the people. This is what I love the best about
Absolutely.
the industry. So yeah, just say hello, introduce yourself, whatever.
Where can we find you guys on social media though, for people looking on Instagram and that?
Don't forget it.
Jeez.
Here we go. Come on, pressure's on.
At
Look at it, she is
at
staring
Hit
at
Parade
you. Like, you better
Collection.
remember this.
Hit Parade Collection on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Our TikToks have been great. If anybody follows
They
them,
have been.
They have been awesome.
If you're a Bills
Some-
fan and you appreciate Pinoron, you're gonna feel bad for one of our employees. Go check it out.
We've had some fun with some TikToks lately. It's been pretty cool.
Also, we are doing a giveaway on Instagram with the new boxes.
Yep, absolutely.
Go on our thing, share it, and we're giving away some boxes on that. So definitely
Absolutely.
check our social media out.
Fantastic. Well, once again, thanks for coming and hanging. Maybe we'll check back in with you later in the week. I think I like this idea of it's just going to be a revolving door. Whoever wants to come on and talk, we'll just talk sport cards and
Yeah.
whatever the hell is
Sounds
going
good.
on.
I did pay my bet, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, the lunch?
Oh yes.
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 I did get a nice bowl from Chipotle.
I was not too far off. It was like 5 picks into the first or in the second round.
Yeah, that's really good because when you get close on a bet, you usually win.
What was the bet again? If for people
Oh,
that
for
didn't
anyone
know?
who missed
I
it.
completely forgot.
Tyler said that there'd be a goalie taken in the first round of the
That's
NHL
what
draft.
Yes.
I told him that there was no chance. Tyler obviously didn't do his research because nobody projected a goalie in the goal in the first round. So I kind of got one over on him.
No one projected him that early in the second. And of all teams, Buffalo took the first one.
Of course they did.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yep.
All right, nobody has more hits than Hit Parade. And 2,
Love it.
get the hell out of here.
All right.
We're done with you.
Thank you guys.
Sees ya.
Thanks for coming. We'll see you. We'll come by and see you.
Let
Sounds
me
good,
know
guys.
what
Love the
NBA.
new look,
Let me
though,
know what
really.
jersey comes out of that
Gorgeous.
NBA box.
Watch yourself.
Am I
Don't
moving
kill
this?
yourself,
Yeah, am I
Tom.
moving this?
Careful. If you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Anything.
What an absolute gentleman, we
Gentleman.
have here. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I mean, anything you want. I want to ask you real quick
Absolutely.
before we end it. We're going to close it up in a minute. What are you most excited for the week?
That's tough, but like I said, it's my first national.
Yeah.
So I really do enjoy just kind of seeing the scenes and just being a part of the hobby. You see some cool stuff. Like right now, I'm literally looking at a Tiger Woods signed portrait, like right across the way here. Like it's awesome.
Yeah, we're definitely. Yeah, I see it right there.
It's just
You know what's good too is this Boston one down here. Did you see that one?
Yeah,
The Red Sox
yeah.
one.
nice, cool.
That's high class.
How'd they do last night?
I hate that he played that.
Yeah. Yes.
You guys
Yankee
can't hear it. You wouldn't believe the soundboard this guy's got going in our ear.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I am just looking forward to meeting a bunch of people.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna be with Breaker Steve a little bit too. And then, you know, just kind of walking around the floor, making content with Troy and Meerkat. So, hey, if you see me, let's just meet up, say hello, and you know, I'm looking forward to my first national.
Yeah, don't be shy. Definitely. There's the camera. I was like, it was on your camera. Don't be afraid to come up and say hello. You know, shoot the breeze with us. Definitely, that's what we're here for. And you know, hopefully we meet some of you guys, some different vendors, and we can get you guys in that chair too. But we have a great week of guests coming up, and just different content. We'll be talking about what's going on that particular day. You know, we're right next to the Panini booth. They've got a ton of promotions going on aside from all the other companies. And obviously, if you're looking to get product to get into some of these giveaways or promotions to get things, DA Car World, baby, it's right behind me. Come to our booth. We got all the products you want. We got some wrestling. We got soccer, football, basketball, baseball. I mean, you name it, even some non-sport. I know there's some TCG. We got Pokemon, which I'm expecting to see a little bit bigger of a presence this year than I think in years past with Pokemon and TCG.
Yeah. And don't forget, we're literally going to be live every day from the Nationals. So tomorrow we'll be right back here, likely 9:30, 10 o'clock-ish. 9:30, I'm sorry, 9:30, I believe.
You're fine.
So check in. So tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday will be like our recap. It's kind of, you know, showing what went on at the National. And also, make sure you're following the DNA Card World on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, because we're going to be posting some fun content. Meerkat's got a lot of ideas. He's got a smile on his face right now.
I can tell.
So,
as long as it doesn't end in us having to eat hot sauce or
Oh my
drink something
God.
gross or getting hit
a mayo
in
stash.
anywhere I shouldn't be getting hit.
A mayo stash.
All right. There's only one thing left to do, right?
We don't have any paper.
We don't have
today,
any
so we're just
paper.
gonna.
How about give me one of your cards?
You want to really rip up one of my cards?
We'll go pick it up. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna rip. No, I'm not gonna rip it up. Come on. Who do you think I am? Stu Gatz?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember, it's
only one thing to do.
all about the chase. Ooh, almost got it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Come on, guys.